Imagine an empire so mighty it rivaled Egypt, yet it crumbled not by war, but by a curse so dark, it silenced its king forever. This is the chilling story of King Muwatalli II, the ruler who claimed to command the storm god himself, but whose fate was sealed deep beneath the earth. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will challenge everything you thought you knew about ancient power and divine revenge. The Rise and the Omen. Over 3,000 years ago, in the heart of Anatolia, the Hittite Empire stood tall, a kingdom of stone, thunder, and secrets. King Muwatalli II wasn't just a ruler. He was a symbol of fear and divine authority. He claimed to speak for the storm god Tarhuns, and none dared question him at first. But then the omens began. Earthquakes cracked the foundations of temples. Sacred statues shattered without warning. And worst of all, priests, men of the gods, fell mute inside their own sanctuaries. The royal scribes recorded a terrifying prophecy from the oracles. A great one shall fall, not by sword or spear, but by the earth's cold embrace. Was it a warning or a sentence? Muwatalli ignored it. Was it pride or madness? The battle that broke the empire. Soon after, Muwatalli led his armies to face Egypt in the legendary Battle of Kadesh, clashing with none other than Pharaoh Ramesses II. Though the battle ended without a clear victor, the Hittites paid a terrible price. Fertile fields turned to dust, trade routes vanished, hunger spread, whispers filled the streets. The gods are angry, but why? Could a curse have followed the king home? A shadow in the court. Within the palace, shadows deepened. His own brother Hattusa grew bold. Priests began to ask, if the storm god favors the king, why are we suffering? Then the rivers ran dry, cattle dropped dead, mothers buried their children in silence, and so the people turned to an older truth. When the gods are angry, someone must be sacrificed, but who dares sacrifice a king? The king buried alive. Then, on a night with no moon, the storm finally broke, not in the sky, but in the palace. Muwatalli was taken by his own guards. No resistance, no mercy. Stripped of his crown, covered in sacred ash, bound in bronze, the king was led to a chamber few dared to speak of, the pit of silence. A place where only the cursed were sent. No trial, no farewell, just the cold embrace of the earth. On a fragment of clay, later discovered by archaeologists, a final message was scratched by a trembling hand. You bury me to save yourselves, but the gods do not forget. After the silence. As if the curse had lifted, the rain returned. Crops grew again. The people rejoiced. But the Hittite Empire had never recovered. Hattusa was eventually abandoned. Scrolls vanished, temples were emptied, and Muwatalli's name erased. A king buried not only in earth, but in silence. The mystery unearthed centuries passed. Then in the 20th century, deep beneath the ruins of Hattusa, a sealed vault was uncovered. Inside, a skeleton curled in fetal position. Bronze shackles still on the wrists. Mouth frozen in a silent scream. Was it him? Was this the king who defied the god and paid the ultimate price? Legend or hidden truth? Historians still argue. Was Muwatalli buried alive in a forgotten ritual of divine punishment? Or is this just a myth twisted by time and fear? Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. No empire, no matter how mighty, escapes the weight of its own curse. Don't miss what's next. If tales of forgotten empires, cursed kings, and ancient truths buried in stone fascinate you, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and stay with us, because next time we'll unveil another forgotten empire, swallowed by time and vengeance.